Hi there, my name is Kendrick, and welcome to another ENFP male interview. Today, I get to interview a fellow ENFP, Jesse. So, Jesse, welcome, man.
Hi, thank you for having me.
For sure, dude. So, can you tell us what your full type is?
My full type is ENFP, NEFI, consume, sleep, play, blast, double feminine.
All right, dude. So, before I ask you about your type, I just want to talk about what just happened because it's so funny. So, before we start this interview, for the last, I don't even know how long we've been trying to fix this stuff. It's been like,
I think about 40 minutes.
oh, Jesus Christ. All right, 40 minutes of SI problems. And it was such a simple fix, too.
Yeah,
So, how often does this kind of stuff happen to you?
I, I
Something.
don't use technology enough for it
Right.
to come up often.
I see. I see. Okay, maybe that's why it's also happening, like lack of practice.
Yeah, exactly. I've ignored it. So.
Yeah, it's so funny. Oh my god! And it's not just you. Every time I interview like an ENFP or ENTP, like you, something always like messes up, and
Yeah,
like it just doesn't work. And I'm like, what the hell? What the fuck? It's so annoying. Um, so definitely the tidal wave for that SI is real.
yeah.
Um, so why don't we go straight to that then? Let's talk about your feminine SI. What's going on there for you with that feminine SI?
Not much, apparently.
um,
No, yeah.
yeah. How's your memory when it comes to like numbers?
Oh, not great. I've had like there's like stuff that I've been meaning to go to the shop and get for 2 weeks, and I've been saying every day I need to go get that thing, but I keep forgetting to get it because it's not part of my way home. So yeah.
Gotcha. Um, what about organizing your physical surrounding? How are you with that?
Um, I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I'm still not great. Yeah.
Is it something that you just don't see with your modalities? Like, because you are
Yeah.
yeah, you're a tester in visual, right? So I guess I guess you are in your head most of the time.
Yeah. I'm in my own world.
Okay, why don't we talk about that then? So let's start with your masculine NE. How do you experience it, and what are you doing with that?
um. Um. Uh, um. uh, I've lost the ability to talk.
Take your time, man. Your blast last. It's all good. It's all good. Like,
uh, uh, um. I've,
or how do you feel when you are, in that
uh,
NE?
I don't know.
Don't. Okay, it's all good, dude. Um, well, why don't we start with how did you get into OPS to begin with?
So I was into regular MBTI. Well, my dad was took the test originally, and he got an INFJ, and he was quite happy with that because he read rarest type. Yep, I'll go with that one. Because he would constantly look for things like he was the first in the Chinese zodiac and the first in the Western zodiac. So he was looking for things that would just put him as like the rarest or the number one.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he got into that, and then me and my sister took the test as well. I got ENTP, she got ENFP, and then I was into that for for a few years, like pretty heavily into it. I sort of faded off towards the end of high school, I guess. So, but I was into it for like 2 or 3 years, and then I got back into it beginning of last year. I actually found, that's when I actually found ops.
And what made you
And
decide to get type?
I've been meaning to, but computer things, I didn't want to have to set up my computer. So I didn't want to, so in order to make the video.
So you don't use your computer much?
No.
You are consume first, it's double masculine. How are you consuming without your computer? Are you just using your cell phone or like what?
Yeah, just my phone.
Okay, got it. All right. And your first animal is also double masculine, so your consume is extremely aggressive.
Yeah.
Talk about like that aggression. With
So I guess like I'm very it's like I'm very particular about what's like coming in, and like I guess so like if like my sister, like this is a good example, my sister had a couple of years ago had like a new favorite band, and it was just these two guys, and she was just posting she like proper fangirling over them. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to listen to their music because I don't like that she's acting that way about them.
yeah.
So but I like the music now. It's great.
Oh,
It was just I didn't like that watching that.
is it like you wanted to not follow the crowd kind of deal, or is it
Yeah,
like
exactly.
okay? But then what made you decide to listen to the music eventually and actually start liking it?
Well, it was just got played too much around me. I couldn't fight it off anymore.
That's funny. So you got brainwashed essentially into
Exactly.
like it. That's funny.
I think that's how I get most things inside my head. Is just I just do it over and over again until I can't fight it off anymore.
That is fascinating.
And when it comes to like music and stuff, it's like I'll find a new album. I go, oh, I like this one song on this album, so then I play the entire album on repeat just to hear that song, and then I find other songs that I like eventually.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting way to go about it. So you don't like just play that one song. You play the whole album on purpose to convince yourself to like the other songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. That's so masculine NE is very similar to NI because you in a way get tunnel vision focus on like that one area. For you, I guess it's one genre or whatnot, or whatever you're into at the moment.
Usually one album at a time.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to see because if you have any, you're supposed to be channel changing pretty aggressively. But I did notice with masculine NE people, you guys are slower to channel change. So what like how do you know when is it time to switch? Because I mean, you still probably get bored with doing the same thing over and over again, so you probably will still switch, right? But when would you make that switch? Like,
I'm not. I guess when just something just I guess runs along that sort of like a similar tangent. I guess that's like could we're that's, I. I lost it again.
well, okay. So let me make an NE guess. Would you say it happens when so you're enjoying your thing, your tunnel vision in this one thing, and then something shiny catches your eye all of a sudden, like something just like kind of like walks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, and then you kind of latch onto that new thing because it's shinier. Is that some like kind of what happens?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I see. So you're not aggressively looking per se. It's just that if it happens to show up in your radar, you're not gonna reject it. You're gonna like latch onto it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I see now. Okay. Oh man, this is so interesting. We are both ENFPs. We're both so different. Like we both live in like completely different worlds. So this is super interesting for me. Like you're consume sleep, right? And I'm play blast. So
yeah,
it's like if we like, I don't know if you watch Dragon Ball, but have you watched Dragon Ball?
Sorry.
What's that?
I don't. Sorry.
Okay, never mind. I was just gonna say if we fuse together, we'll be like the ultimate ENFP because we'll have yeah because we have all the powers combined, or like Captain Planet or something. But okay, so because for me, I do aggressively look for something new with my feminine NE, but for you, it's like you are enjoying that thing, and then you latch on to
Yeah.
something when something like just shows up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So you're not actively seeking then. Is that correct? Or
Yeah.
or do you go to seeking mode?
Yeah. I think it's sort of just like, yeah, whatever catches my eye. Like most of what I watch on YouTube, I don't ever search for anything really. It just is whatever's recommended. So it's anything that catches my eye, I think would be interesting.
But you still have masculine FI, so you know what you like and what you don't like.
Mm.
So don't you actively search for what you like and what you don't like? Like how does that work where you're just kind of being like floated away like the internet?
Um, I mean, I guess I have. I guess yeah. I guess I mean, I'm going through because you recommended 7 or 8 videos at a time, so I guess I'd pick which one I think would be the best. So that would be, I guess, but
So if someone were to
I don't
recommend
know. I don't really search much. What was that?
so
Sorry.
if someone were to recommend something to you and they give you a list, then I guess you would use your FI to pick the one that you would like the most from their recommendation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But then with your sister, when she was going on that phase and she was recommending that music to you, you're like, nope. So
No, she wasn't recommending it to me. She was
oh,
just
she
playing
wasn't
it on
recommending it. So if she recommended to you, would you have like looked into it? Or
I might have. Um, I'm not sure. Probably not though. Just
okay.
because. Yeah, just because it was mainly that I could see that she was just being a fangirl. That was
Yeah.
annoying.
Oh, I see. Um, let's talk about your TE. It's feminine TE. It's third. You're still a double decider, so you're gonna be balanced with self and tribe. Is it? Would you say like when you're talking with other people and stuff, you kind of see their perspective as well?
Yeah, I would say that I do. Like I've like forgot what I was saying. What was the question again? Sorry.
No, I was asking you if if you're talking to someone, you would be able to see their point of view if they're trying to like
Oh, right.
share with you like a story about themselves or something, or a struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the big elephant in the room here, your blast. Okay. So
Not
you're
great.
yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. Just all good and fun. Your blast is double feminine. I think that's why you're having so much trouble with it. It's SITE and it's double feminine and it's fourth. So you have everything going against you for this, Because like for me, I am sleep blast, but it's double masculine, so I can see it and I can use it.
Yeah.
But yours double feminine, it's last. So I'm like, oh my god, what do you like? How do you? I don't even know how to get started. Getting started to practice that getting
Yeah.
started thing. So um, do you, what kind of what kind of work do you do, by the way?
Oh, I'm a trailer mechanic.
Oh, that's like a very TI job. That's kind of interesting. Yeah.
I think the guy that I work with, one other guy, and I think he's an ISTP.
Okay. And then when you got into it, was it something that was difficult because you do have to use your
Extremely.
would you say though that with practice you've picked it up?
I have, yeah. I've picked up, yeah. I think I do all right now. I'm still not great, but it's better than it was.
And how do you feel doing that sort of job?
I mean, I like the business more than I like the job, really, because I like the people there. They're pretty cool. Like my boss will come over and buy us lunch or whatever. So and but yeah, the actual job I can somewhat like actually do now, which is and I actually enjoy doing it.
Got it. So you like the organization itself.
Yeah,
It's just that the actual job itself is the one that's a challenge for you.
yeah,
But maybe it's in a way it's good because you're forced to use your SI. You know, that's a
exactly. That's why. That's yeah. I'm like for the first 3 months I was there, I was like, I need to leave, but because this just isn't working. But if I knew that if I kept going, I'd get it eventually.
yeah. So now that you have a working ability to do this job, how do you feel about yourself?
I mean, it's a bunch of like tool work, so I've been able to take some of the tools and learn to actually do other stuff. Like I changed my mum's shower head over yesterday when it broke, so I've learned to do other sort of. I can somewhat do stuff now.
Yes, and how do you feel that you can like bang
It's
blocks in the reality now? Like you can fix a shower head, for
yeah.
example.
If it, it's I mean it's if, I mean it feels good to be able to do that.
Do you feel like empowered? Like
Yeah.
um what if you weren't doing this, what would you have done instead? You know?
Um. I not sure. I don't know. Because um I basically this is demon blast. I had a phobia of writing in towards the end of high school.
Phobia of
So
what? Sorry?
basically of writing.
Of writing. Okay, okay.
So basically I would hand in like an essay that was just like a blank piece of paper, or I just if I was really feeling really sorry for myself, I'd write "I'm sorry" on it. But so that basically just ruined like because I was much more like a math science student.
Oh, okay.
So but in the way that they have the university ranking thing set up, you have to even if you did like the best in every other subject in the entire state, but you failed English, then yeah, you failed year 12. So you
Oh
failed
my
the
God, that's
entire year.
horrible. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Is there a way
I
to
did manage to just scrape past, but but I couldn't go to university, which is what I wanted to do.
okay, so you finished high school still.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Um, but you can't go to college or university because of the English issue.
yeah. Which and I'm like now seeing like an actual therapist for the phobia to actually get rid of it so that I can go to university.
Oh yeah, how's that going? How's the therapy going?
It's going all right. There's improvement, but it's still not great.
Okay. What would you like to study if you are in college or university?
Psychology.
Psychology. Okay, okay, that makes sense since All right, fair enough. You said you were a math and science person
Yeah.
in high school, so that's very NT in a way. Your NT's third, so talk about your relationship with your NT, your third
Well,
animal.
I've like I guess it's my extroverted one, so it's mainly what people know me for.
Yes, yes.
Um, so like people when they think of me would always think of like the more academic like side of things.
Yeah.
Because like that was what because I would I really liked like just like sitting in class and just learning. I just loved learning that like yeah.
Um, I want to ask you about your NF again. Your first animal is NF. So NF is correlated with purpose, meaning, passion. Um, you're still, I'm guessing you're pretty young, right?
Yeah, I'm 20.
You're 20. Okay. So I guess this might not be the best question, but I'll ask you anyways, just for the fun of it. So NF is correlated with those description I mentioned earlier. What would you say is your current life purpose, with that NF?
Uh, uh, at the moment, I guess, no, I don't know.
Or your goals? What are your goals at the moment?
Goals at the moment is, well, I just, at the moment it's find a rental. At the moment, that is what I'm focused on.
Sorry, to what?
To find a rental house.
Oh, okay.
Because I was staying at a rental for the last year and a half, and I just moved out of there because I couldn't stay there anymore. So now I'm back at my mum's, and I'm currently staying in a caravan. So yeah, I just want my own like my own house again.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
That's the goal at the moment.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I think at your age, your goal would be more getting yourself established before
Yeah.
before you can go like into the world of wonder, Do you resonate with this statement? Since I'm an ENFP also, I feel I always found that for me to get to feel like I have a sense of purpose, meaning that I have to experience something new. So basically, new experience fuels that FI. Do you relate with that statement? Like, and every time you done and have a new experience, that you kind of feel like there is like a sense of like a reborn energy in you?
Yeah, I would definitely say that there is. Just sorry, I forgot what you said.
No, it's all good. Yeah, no, I was just mentioning that if you had a new experience, would that give you a sense of like fire or energy to kind of make you feel more driven or make you feel like more passionate in life in general?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's not the best question to ask.
No, it's not the question.
Sorry?
It's not the question.
That's not a question. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean answering the question?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay, so I want to ask you, what kind of EP are you? So there's two kinds of EP that I've noticed. So there's an EP that, as an EP, we all want new. Okay, we don't want anything that we already know. Otherwise, it's boring, right? But some EPs, they do like to go back to what they know. So what they do is they go on a loop. So they'll do that one thing and then they'll try a bunch of new stuff, but eventually they'll go back to that thing that they like and they like it again. So they go on a loop, right? But there are certain EPs where they're like, it's like, nope, once I've done this, never again. And it's not a loop. It's like, going somewhere else now. Which one are you? Would you say you're the looping one or the one that goes straight?
I definitely loop.
You're the loop. Okay. And
Yeah.
okay. How many how many channel changes before you would loop back? Essentially, would you say like how frequent would you loop back to that thing that you enjoy?
If I was to do it like through something like I guess like TV and music and stuff, it's usually about 3 or 4 years.
Oh,
That's what I've noticed at least. But it does always come back around. And I'll just start binging the same thing, like something I was watching 3 years ago. Like, oh, I remember this. This is great.
really? Wow, that's interesting. So you're talking about entertainment then mostly, or is it also like hobbies?
I mean, I do the same thing with hobbies. Like, I've gone back like around with guitar, and like just like and like actual like not actual words. I've forgotten. But yeah, I do go around.
So it's interesting that you said that you are the looping kind. Because I'm also the looping kind, but so I do what you do. So the types that typically get stuck in the loop are the consume sleeps or sleep consume, because you know you're going to consume something and then you want to process it and then you want to consume again. So you're stuck in like an internal loop essentially. So I don't know why it happens to me too, but it does also. It's just I don't know why, but it does. But you're blast last. So the problem with blast last is David Chan said that blast last people tend to get stuck into like one field, not because they really want to get stuck there, but it's because they have such trouble getting getting started or get moving essentially. Would you say you have a feeling of stuckness in you that like just won't go away?
Yeah. I feel stuck now. I can't words.
Okay, well, why don't we talk about that? Like, what is it about like putting the words together that you personally find difficult? Like, what is like is it a certain feeling that gets stuck, or is it like a memory, like you're blanking out, or what's happening?
It's partially blanking out. It's partially just
Is it the nerves also, or is it like
no, this is just how I am.
okay? So even if we're not doing an interview and I talk to you in person, you would also have trouble putting the words together.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's all good, man. I think this is a very good interview still because you are, in my opinion, the pure blood like any FI with blast last that I have ever typed, which I find extremely fascinating. Like this to me is very like interesting. I'm like, wow, like this is like I think in the old Myers Briggs terms they have like they have like a percentage, like you're like 80% extroverted and 20% introverted and all that.
Yeah.
You have all like percentage and stuff. So I think if like blast last or blast had like a percentage, you would definitely like you would be the extreme.
Like,
yeah, you would extremely like you would be very extreme in that scenario. So I'm like, this is great, for like for me to see what that looks like. Are you okay with that though? Do you feel okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And because you're still double decider, right? So I guess even if you can't piece the words together as because you're blanking out essentially, I guess you can still communicate by vibing with people.
Yeah.
Talk about vibing with other individuals to the best of your ability.
I mean, I definitely like when it Um, what was the question again?
I was just asking you how you would vibe with people.
Um, I, I guess just hanging out, I guess.
Yeah.
That's,
So do you prefer to just listen to people talk mostly and then you just kind of hang out?
mostly, yeah.
I see. And then that's like what's enjoyable and
Yeah.
easy, I guess. And I
Because
guess
people can be hilarious.
I guess people love hanging out with you too, because then they can talk all day and you're more than happy to. Yeah.
I think my best friend is consume last.
Like an INTJ consume last or something.
I think he's a consume last EP.
And what?
So class lizard.
Those are those are rare. They're not, there's not many of them. It happens, of course. It's just okay. Because would you say your friend's chaotic as well?
He's pretty chaotic.
Okay, I guess that would work because then they don't have to consume anything from you.
I did have him as an IJ at first, but then he kept saying things like they're trying to control me. I was like, I know that one. I use that one.
Wait a minute. Hold on. My girlfriend also says that, and she was typed as an IJ. She also doesn't like being controlled at work and stuff.
No, it's a recurring, like repetitive, like
But
every other day.
It also happens to my girlfriend.
Yeah,
it always happens. But it's different though. For my girlfriend, it's like they're trying to control her behavior. So it's FE. She hates it. So she's freaking out. She's like, like, stop telling me how I should behave. Stop telling me how I should, live my life. I'm doing my work at work. I'm fine. Like, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. My girlfriend's also sleep consumed, right? She's sleep consumed, play blast, INTJ, jumper, double. She's a glass lizard. So she's very chaotic as an IJ. So people are trying to control her still. So, all right. Let's talk about your EP problem. You're like, because you said, I know that one. Don't control me.
I know that one, yeah.
Yeah. So talk about like that "don't control me, bro" thing. Because like how do you fight back? Because you have trouble like speaking up, right? So if people are controlling you, do you just like rage inside, or what's going on?
Partially that, partially go say like one sentence worth of, hey, I don't like that, and then they actually explain what the reason behind what they're doing is, and you go, yeah, but I don't like it. Like for example, in in school, that word didn't want to come out for whatever reason. In school, the uniform like that they had, it was like black pants, and so I showed up to school one day wearing the school one was black pants with a little logo about like that big, that when you actually wore the pants was covered by your shirt. So I just wore black pants because I wasn't good, because my mum didn't have the money to spend $70 on school pants. So I was just wearing my black pants, and I got in trouble for a uniform check because I didn't have the logo. I was like, no, that's stupid. I held up the entire class because I didn't want to just go to the uniform office. I just wanted to sit and argue with the teacher instead.
How did you argue with the teacher? I'm kind of curious how this played out.
It wasn't. It was just the teacher being somewhat reasonable, going, yeah, you need to go. I was like, no, that's stupid. It's the exact same. You can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I see.
No, yeah. Well, one of the other kids in the class was also holding up, so it wasn't just me. But
oh, some other kids also have the same issue as you. Some other EP kids.
Yeah.
That's weird that they want you to wear a logo. Maybe it's like it's a branding kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about again, more EP stuff. So what are the biggest EP lesson by an ESFP, Jocko Willink. He said that discipline equals freedom. Can you relate with that statement?
Yeah. I think like when I look like even though I don't really like actually the process of discipline, when I look back, whenever anything's going well, it's usually I'm somewhat disciplined, or at least more so than I usually am.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have an example when that happened before, where like like you were a little bit more disciplined and things started going well?
I guess when I first moved out of home, I was I didn't have I wasn't working yet. So I just basically spent all my free time just like cleaning up the house, because I was the only one there. I had nothing to do, so I just cleaned up the house, and everything was going well during that. So, and then I got
Then when you got a job, did your place became like a mess again?
yeah, it did.
All right, that's funny. All right. So we covered your SITEFINE. So we covered all your functions. So what about play? Your play is NT. Do you like problem solving with other people, would you say?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I think I prefer problem solving for other people than with other people.
Oh, talk about
just I guess it's probably it's like the DI. Like I want to be the one that solves the problem.
yes.
So it's probably just that.
So if other people try to solve your problem, you won't like that?
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And would you say it's like a pride thing, or it's more like a
Probably, yeah, it's a pride thing, absolutely.
okay? But if someone did solve your problem, how would you? And it's already been done, and like,
No, it's done now, so I guess.
okay, so it's not a big deal if it happens. It's
It's
just
not
like,
a big deal. It's just, I kind of wanted to do that.
it's just a preference thing. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Let's talk about your sexual modalities. You're double feminine, so you're tester visual. So let's start with the tester stuff first. The tester thing is weird. It's one of the weirdest like sexual modality. So one way they say it is like you like to experiment and try different stuff. So is that something that you like to do? Like experiment and try different things?
Yeah, I would say that. I also apply it to. I'd say that it applies to my hobbies as well. Like so, for example, for quite a few years, I was into speed solving Rubik's cubes. And if I found like a new sequence or something that I thought might work better than one I was already using, then I'd like time that like 10 times, average it out, and then see which one was actually better, and just try a bunch of different versions and find out which one's best.
Man, I feel like your type is like I feel like your type is gonna be one of those like extremely what's the word I'm looking for? I'm starting to absorb your energy, your blast. You this is terrible. So I think your type is the one that people would underestimate very quickly, because I feel like you're probably like a secret genius that people don't know, because you can't talk.
I wish.
Yeah, because like with the Rubik's Cube, for example, like, you know, like I wouldn't have the patience to try to solve that, right? You know, like for me, I'm looking at the Rubik's Cube and I'll be thinking, this is no point. If I get good at this, it doesn't make my life better, you know, you know. But you know, my girlfriend would also get like stuck in this damn Rubik's Cube stuff. She has a Rubik's Cube and she'll also try to solve it, right? And I'm like, and she's just doing it to self-amuse herself, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think was what you're doing. You're self-amusing, right?
Yeah.
But like for me, I'm always thinking like this has no point. There's no purpose. So I'm not gonna do it. There's no point. But so I don't know. I guess we're looking at it from a different lens, you know. Like for you, you're looking at it from a self-amusement lens, while I'm looking for a practicality lens, which is like the ST, I guess. Okay. Part of tester also that I find very interesting is because, like, if you look at the 4 sexual modalities, they all cover a sense. Like visual is eyes, kinesthetic is touch, audio is the ear. So the only one missing is pretty much the smell, which is the same as taste.
Yeah.
So do you have a strong sense of smell, sense of taste? Like, are you very sensitive to that?
I think I do, and then because I guess because like for example, like I'm always like my mum is someone who will keep the milk 4 days after it's gone, and I'll open it and go no, and put it like and pour it down the sink.
Oh,
but she doesn't seem to notice. She doesn't seem to notice that the milk's gone off. She just keeps like using it.
Your mom must have a really strong stomach. Like, she probably won't get sick anytime soon.
She doesn't drink much milk though, so that's why there's always so much milk left.
Oh, I see. Got it. I see. Okay, well, that's good. You're saving your family from getting sick. So that's a good superpower. The last part of your sexual modality is your visuals. Talk about like being very visual. Like, are you good at drawing? Are you good at like any of that stuff?
I wouldn't say I've when I was like a lot younger, I wasn't that great at drawing, so I kind of just like cut off. I said, "Oh, I'm not a creative person. I'm a math science person."
Okay.
So, but then like going back, I realized like, oh, actually, I really wasn't actually that bad. I'm just comparing myself to my sister, who is a lot better.
Oh, I see.
But so yeah, I kind of gave up on art as a skill set, just because that was my sister's thing.
That's like an untapped potential there that you're
Yeah.
table. I guess that's one of the biggest weakness of the consume sleeps is you're not looking at the tribe spectrum. So you weren't aware that if you look at it from a bigger sample size, that you are actually pretty good, at something. Yeah. I guess maybe your expectation of yourself was way too high, especially when you're comparing yourself to your sister. Who's in your FI box. So okay. All right, dude. I have last 2 questions for you, and then we'll wrap up the interview. The first one is I don't even know if this is type related. I'm just curious. How did you get typed by Dave and Shan? Like, because you have trouble talking, and yet you send them like an hour video, right? So
yeah. Well, mine was only that I looked at the limit, and basically I had to record mine in sections.
Okay.
Because I couldn't words.
Yeah.
So I just have to sit and I cut out like 10 minutes of silence at points, just because I've got nothing to say. I need to. Yeah.
But you managed to answer all those questions that they had, like the typical question, like what's your daily schedule like?
I think I got through. I think I did 4 or 5 of them. I missed one. I don't know how many questions there are.
All right. And then what feedback did you get when you got your results back?
I'm kind of curious. It was just. I mean, everything was just fine.
Was it before when they had like? Was it after they had they stopped doing the audio feedback, or is it like they just give you the type by email? Or
yeah, it was just the type. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, well, that doesn't help that. Okay, fair enough. All right, dude. And then now, do you have any questions for me before we wrap up the interview? Like, if you want to, is there anything you want to know from the opposite side of the lens? Because we're both ENFPs, but we live in complete like extreme spectrum.
Nah, I got nothing.
No, it's all good.
There's questions I'd like to ask. I just can't think of them.
Oh, okay. Like, not in a moment, I guess. I think you need process it first. Okay. All right. Well, dude, it's been a really good interview. I actually really enjoyed this. Even there was like a lot of silences. Hey man, it's completely good. For me, that's fantastic. You are like you're the first person I interviewed that was the extreme, the extreme blast laugh. Like, you are the extreme, like, and I like the extreme, so it's good shit, All right, man. So enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll peace out, man. Take care.
All right. Thank you.